Yeah, and then people will sit there and wallow in their sadness, not understanding that that's just what sits there and makes it worse. Like people want to be sad and have a sad day, and then they want to sit in bed, wear their sad clothes, and watch sad movies and eat their sad food, then wonder why they're still fucking sad. Like you're
And
feeding your
fat.
sadness. My personal belief is that depression and anxiety as a whole, as a concept, were created as a disorder specifically to sell pharmaceutical drugs. Well, the pharmaceutical company profits off of people being prescribed their pills,
Yep,
right? Now
yep.
you can't convince people that they have a cold, but if you can convince people that them being sad means they need drugs, then you have a customer for the remainder of your entirety of your life. Toxic masculinity as a concept is stupid because masculinity in and of itself is not toxic. The idea that it's somehow toxic to be in control of your feelings and to not cry because you're sad and to want to be strong is absolutely ridiculous. It's just the encouragement of weakness. But then again, this goes to as a whole the conditioning of people to subconsciously think that strength is bad.
What is it you're trying to say? Like, what is your message? I'm really excited about today's show because I feel that Jason and I are very similar in mindset. So welcome, Jason Lamar.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
Brother, fucking, I'm looking forward to this. Let's talk.
Absolutely.
I presume that this sort of rough, aggressive, uber personality is your true self.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I word stuff a specific way for the internet, but by and large, I've always had the general thought process that I do now, and
Yeah.
I preferred a more direct approach to everything. So I
Me
figured
too.
just take that and start making videos with it.
Okay, when did that start?
July of 2023 was my very first Instagram post.
Okay. Why did you start doing that?
So for a very long time, I would always look at people doing stuff and would listen to people on podcasts or whatnot, or see interviews. Even when I was a kid, watch like Rap City or whatever. And I always think, what if I was in this interview? What would I do? What would I say? And I figured it's great, it's no reason I can't start doing this shit myself. See all
Right.
these just regular ass people started doing this.
From the very beginning, you went balls deep with the sort of no holds barred approach on the way you speak.
I think that whenever I first, it took me a while to find exactly how it is that I wanted to put everything together. But when I first started, I had a similar but different approach. I was a little bit more long-winded, a little bit less blunt.
Less blunt?
A little bit, yeah.
Less blunt than you are now?
A little bit.
Fuck. And by long-winded, do you mean you spoke more?
Spoke longer. I would go explain myself deeper in more detail.
To justify your point?
Yeah.
And now you just don't give a fuck.
No, I don't care. This is my point. This is what I think.
Yeah, I think that's fucking great. Like, I mean, if you're going to state something factual and you have some proof to justify it, that's cool. But if it's my fucking opinion, I don't have to fucking justify it to you.
No, absolutely not.
Right.
No, I'm big. I hate qualifiers. I don't like any of that shit. So I figured, why am I doing this my own fucking self? I'm just going to say the things. This is what I think. Deal with it however it is that you.
Right. This is your fucking opinion.
Yes, this is my thought. This is my perspective.
Yeah, I fucking dig it. You prior to starting this, we spoke, and you were originally from California.
Yes.
And you went to North Carolina.
Yes, Charlotte.
Charlotte. Oh, I've been there. And you had to go.
I did.
Why?
So I moved to Charlotte the day after I graduated high school. My dad got a job or started working down there with one of his friends. I'm personally a big believer that the reason he chose to go there is because he knew that would be best for me based on what I was doing in California. But I was on probation at the time. and
Okay, what were we doing in California?
One of ignorant California things.
Okay.
Ignorant, I don't know what people's, overall familiarity with Southern California is, but it's heavy
Actually, I don't.
gang culture and whatnot down there.
Oh, yeah?
So I wanted to, hang out with the gang members and the drug dealers and do the things that they did. I thought that was cool at the time. So.
Yeah. Listen, fuck anybody else who says it, but there is a very, it's not the wisest road to go down, but
No.
there is definitely an allure to that sort of crime
1000%.
lifestyle, for sure. Okay, so you got involved in, I guess, gang lifestyle, and then you were on probation. You left. Your father took you to North Carolina.
Yep.
Go from there.
From North Carolina, Charlotte, I got there immediately, found some stupid people to do stupid shit with.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Very first thing that I did. But see, this is the thing. This is what I tell people all the time. Like, you attract what it is that you are, right? So I was
Agreed.
someone who was doing stupid shit. So therefore, it was very easy for me to find a bunch of other people doing stupid shit, get into that stupid shit.
Yeah.
And Yeah, that was the very first thing that I did. But fortunately for me, it's their culture is different down there, and I hadn't like been established down there. I was just meeting new people and whatnot.
What do you mean established?
Like, so in California, I'd been running around for 6, 7 years before well, maybe like 6 years before I moved doing dumb shit. So, this is people that I was younger with, and we grew up doing stupid shit together. But whereas North Carolina, I just got there, everyone was already older.
Okay. And what you needed to establish yourself in that particular, I guess, fucking lifestyle to have any credibility? How does that work?
No, so I just more so mean that like I don't know anybody who just like immediately meets somebody and just immediately starts doing high level dumb shit with them. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
usually you have some degree of familiarity and the trust with the people that
Yeah,
you're
that's
running
fair.
around with. Yeah.
Okay. How long were you in North Carolina for?
I was in just shy of 11 years.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I was in there for a good little bit.
So were you doing stupid shit for 11
No,
years?
no. So in North Carolina, I hated that I moved there whenever I first moved there. But looking back on it, I could say this was the absolute best thing for me because that's ultimately what led to me getting on a much better track
Okay.
in my life.
Okay. Fair enough. Just to squirrel back to California, what do you
Yep.
think of the state of California right now?
I think the California that exists now is very different than the California that I grew up in. But I also do say that as someone who I didn't know anything about politics whenever I was younger. And I think that even now, if different areas of California, or at very least Los Angeles, are
Mm.
very different than other areas.
I think that's universal no matter where you
Yeah.
go. I loved California, but there's parts of it that were sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah. I don't know if you watch like superhero movies, but there was a movie Iron Man, and there's a scene where Tony Stark is eating a fucking donut in that big
Yeah,
donut.
yeah, I've been there.
So we were driving, and I'm like, oh fuck, I want to go there. And we fucking go there, and we end up in, what was that, Compton?
No, that's in I want to say Inglewood.
Oh, that was it. And you had all these guys with fucking their cars lowered, and I'm fucking looking around, this fucking white guy, and I'm like, we got to get our shit and get the fuck out of here. But yeah, I think California is beautiful. I just think it's going down a road that is fucking it up.
Yeah, 1000%. I mean, I think that's exactly what it's meant to do with
Mm.
with the direction that they're going now.
Like, go on.
So I think that like people talk about like all of these directions, political stuff, and all
Mhm.
of this stuff as though they're fucking stuff up and they don't know what it is that they're doing.
Mm.
I'm a big believer that they know full well exactly what it is that they're doing.
1,000%.
Like what allows these people to get away with so much shit is people believe they're stupid and incompetent. They're not. They want you to think that, but they're fucking stuff up on purpose.
Well, because it's easy to say you're a dummy and that's why you did it, as opposed to you're purposely manipulating the situation and you're taking this country, the state, the fucking global economy down a particular path of destruction on purpose.
Yes,
Because then you're an
1000%.
evil motherfucker.
Yes.
Right.
Which they all are.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. All right. So from North Carolina, where?
Arizona.
Oh, where you are now,
Mm-hmm.
currently. And why did you leave?
So from the time I got to North Carolina, I always wanted to go back to California.
Okay.
Because again, I was mad that I had to move there and shit. I was young, I was dumb, I didn't know any better. But the whole entire time that I was there, I was just waiting until I could leave. And then when I finally got to be able to do so, I realized, because I had never lived in California as an adult, so I realized California is expensive as shit. So I found next best thing being Arizona.
Nice. I've never
Far
been.
west as I can go and much cheaper.
Okay. And then you get to Arizona, then what?
When I first got down there, I was doing real estate.
Oh,
Yeah, flipping, wholesaling.
did you like it?
It's a good way to make money. Some of the parts of it I'm not a fan of. I'm not trying to sit here and knock it as a thing. I'm not saying that everyone who does it is predatory, but a large portion of it is taking advantage of people you're purchasing. If I'm purchasing a $300,000 house for 120 grand because it's fucked up or you need money or you can't afford your bills or whatever,
Yeah.
and not the thing I always felt the greatest about as I grew and evolved as a person.
So you got out of real estate, and then how did you transition into this fucking influencer?
Yeah, so I was from real estate and stuff. I went to at the time that I was doing real estate, I was also doing stocks, cryptocurrency, stuff like that,
Oh,
investing,
nice.
trading, and everything. So I just switched over to doing that full time. And one of my goals for a very long time had been to get to the point where I could just be my own boss and make my own money and do my own thing. And then
That's
I
awesome.
got there. Yeah, and it was awesome, but also it was ultimately like I feel like there's more to life than this. You know what I mean? Like I'm just sitting here at my desk in this room in the fucking upstairs of my house, tapping away on my keyboard, but
Right.
not really doing anything beyond that. So, and then again, like I said, this was something that not specifically this, but the idea of just like I said, I'll watch the podcast, I'll watch the interviews and always think, what if I was on there?
When you say that you like that wasn't enough, you didn't feel fulfilled.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't. It wasn't
the
a
money is not a
fulfilling
primary
thing.
drive for you.
No, so money is great when you don't have money. But then you get money and then you realize there's more. It's like being in shape, right? Like you're not in shape, you want to get in shape, you should get in shape, you start looking great. And it's amazing and it's lovely. And I still like looking at myself in the mirror every day, but it's not the same level of allure that it had before you have it. You know what I mean? So
Interesting.
when you're it's like when I was sleeping at a bus stop, all I wanted was my own
Fuck.
house.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was shortly after I got to North Carolina. But all I wanted was my own house.
Right.
My own place to stay. And then I got my own house. And it's great. I'm very thankful that I have a place to live. But also, it's just a house.
Right. Do you not feel the drive to now get a bigger house or a better car or better jewelry? Like, what is your drive?
I just want to do the things that I want to do. Like, I want to elevate, obviously move up in life. Like we were talking about before. I have stuff that I want to do this space, speaking wise, stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I want to make some sort of impact in the world as a whole. Do I know specifically what I want that to be at this moment? No.
Right. When you say you want to leave an impact, what does that mean to you? Because I fucking completely concur.
So if you look at the world and you look back, there are billions of people maybe who have lived, and people remember 1,000 of them. give
So
or
you
take.
want legacy.
Yeah, or in some capacity. Like again, I don't think that anything is infinitely long lasting because history is constantly rewritten, and none of that really matters at the end of the day. But even if you look at the present moment, right? Imagine if there's a people who go to a stadium and watch Kanye West perform,
Mhm.
and the entirety of that stadium explodes. It's going to be Kanye West and 100,000 people died in a terrorist attack or whatever the fuck. So I would like to get myself to the point that I would be named, maybe not with Kanye West, but along those lines. If I was to
why
die,
not be bigger though?
either way, whatever works,
Yeah.
however it is that works. And so that if I was in this stadium explosion, I would be named there as well.
Yeah. I dig it. I'm exactly the same. And I never had to sleep in a bus station, but I came from nothing. And so at the beginning was like, I want to make money and I want people to know me. But then when you get there, it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
And then when you have a certain level of money, then you need to what more can I do outside of myself? So, the final question I'm going to ask you, and we're not going to tell you, but we're going to get to that. But you're 100% right. I mean, there is famous historical figures that you can go to someone now and like, do you know such and such? And they're going to be like, no fucking clue. So what kind of impact are you going to make? And to me, I think the biggest impact you can make today is inspiring somebody else.
1,000%.
Sure. Like that's why I fucking, where do you go? Like, stop being a bitch, go to the gym. That's gay. Go to the gym. Right. Like
Yep.
I'm the same way. For me, I'm like, don't be a bitch, go study, learn how to fight, study martial arts. Right. And,
great endeavor.
for sure. Because for me, I think the martial arts has also an impact on your confidence and your sense of respect and how you deal with other people,
Yeah.
a sense of gratitude, a sense of honor. But I've been studying martial arts and training with weights since I'm 15, and I'll be 58 in 2 weeks, right? So I 100% agree that before you can help somebody else, you need to make sure your shit is solid.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's why I dug all your stuff. I'm like, what? This guy's fucking fearless when he speaks. So when, like now, as we discussed earlier, you're doing live speaking events. Do you find people get agitated in speaking to you, offended?
I haven't done my first live one will be coming up
Okay.
in the next week,
Okay.
but I haven't done it yet.
Where is it?
Panama.
Nice. Good for you.
Thank you.
But you have spoken to people in public before.
I've never done any. I mean, I've spoken to people in public in the literal sense.
And
Yes.
And when you conduct yourself, I presume in the same manner that you do you find people get easily offended?
Oh yeah, people get offended by everything nowadays. This is just the world that we live in.
Yes. Do you think people are weaker today?
Yes, 1000%.
Yes.
I think that people are weaker in every single aspect today, but I think that that's intentional as well.
As do I. Tell me why you think so.
So it is principled, strong willed people who will stand up for themselves whenever you come and try to impose some shit that goes against their morals or that threatens the fabric of their lives, right? But when you get rid of all of this and you tell everybody that you should focus on your feelings and make sure that everybody is happy and just do what it is that makes you feel good, never try to upset or offend everybody, you could just come along and do what the fuck ever. And you can frame it as this is what's best for you. And because people don't have their own morals, they just accept it and go along with it. Well, they said this is what's good. I want to be a good person, so I'm going to do what they told me to do.
I've parroted those same words consistently over the course of doing all these podcasts, and even before I got into this. That's always been my mindset. We're trying to weaken people.
Yep.
And now there's so many different, reasons why. There's so many conspiracy theories as to why. But the bottom line is this: if you're weak, you're easily manipulated.
Yes.
And I think that's what the powers that be, they want a society that they can fuck with.
Yes.
And to me, I never saw a greater example of that than when COVID hit.
Yep.
Like, motherfuckers, I was I was not a happy person. I'm generally like a fucking aggressive person as it is, but during that time, I was just looking for shit. You guys, I don't think so during COVID, where were you?
I was in Arizona.
And how was that state for COVID?
They did not have a lot of the regulations for stuff. So there were like mild lockdowns and stuff.
Really?
But I was never not able to leave my house.
Did you, for us, when we went to, like, say, a grocery store, there was arrows on the floor that had to direct us.
Yeah, they had
that
arrows on the
too?
floor, yeah.
They had the protective screens where you couldn't
Yep.
speak. Fuck off.
It was so interestingly, okay, so I went my whole entire life. I was 2020? I was 32. Sounds right. I was 32. My whole entire life, I had never watched the news and never paid attention to politics or anything. I had nothing to do with any of that. So the first time I ever paid attention to things was in 2020 with COVID.
Me too.
And this was, it's a pandemic. It's an emergency going on. Maybe I should pay attention to stuff and see what it is that's happening. And this is when I first realized, everything they're saying is bullshit. Because when I sit there, I think about it, I would hear what they're saying. Oh yeah, people should wear masks to not spread it. But then you hear what it is that they say. The masks don't stop other people from getting, or they don't stop you from getting sick. They stop you from getting other people sick.
Yep.
And I sit there and think, well, if the air could go out, how can it not go in? Like, if it blocks
Don't start
one, it
thinking on
blocks
me
the
here.
other. See, that's the thing. And then you start asking the questions about this stuff, and you're not allowed to ask these questions about stuff. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Why can't we ask questions? Why can't we wonder things?
The truth should be bulletproof. The truth may evolve and adapt, but if I can't question your shit, how solid is it?
See, and I say this all of the time. Lies hit a point where you can no longer, where questions are unfavorable to them. They always have that wall there.
Yep.
But truth, you can question it infinitely, and you're always going to come back to the same thing. So I always look at, what can we not question? What can we not ask questions about? What do we just need to accept?
Yes. And that fucking irritates the shit out of me. As soon as someone tells me, and you'll find, I've been finding in my experience that as soon as you start to question where it gets to the point where they don't have an answer, then the insult comes out. Yeah. Then you're a misogynist, or you're a homophobe, or you're a transphobe, or you're fucking all that other shit. Yep. Right? It's just, and then I want to punch you in the face.
Well, yeah, because again, it's the thing with the questions, right? You hit a wall with the questions where they can no longer have an answer, but they don't want their thing to not be true. Like, this is the problem that people have with their trans ideology stuff, right? At a certain point, you just come to a wall where it's, well, no, you're just transphobic, or this is what scientists say. Yeah. Okay, cool, but explain that. I don't give a fuck that this is a scientist. I don't give a fuck that he said that. This doesn't make sense to me. Right. I'm not just going to accept your shit because you went to school. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what your credentials are.
I fucking agree. And at the very least, I'm willing to have my mind changed. If you and I have a disagreement about something, and I don't fucking, I'm ignorant about something, and you're like, okay, Bruce, well, here's this. I'm like, you know what? That makes fucking sense. I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Good on you. You've enlightened me.
Yeah.
Right. But if you can't, I'm going to keep my fucking opinion. And still at the very end, let's say you and I don't agree. That's cool too. You don't need to resort to fucking insulting me, because now I want to fight. Right. So that's my fucking problem.
Well, see, that's the with that specific avenue of beliefs, right? Is the people who adopt it do so believing that thinking these things make you a good person. So if you disagree with them, you're a bad person. You're
Mhm.
now immoral. So it's okay for them to insult you. It's okay for them to wish death upon you and all of this other shit
Yeah.
because you disagree with them, which therefore makes you a bad person. It's
Right.
weaponized virtue.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of these motherfuckers just go from zero to like just assassinating your personality and calling you all sorts of vile shit. And, you know, I don't see, as soon as I feel that you've resorted to insults, I know that you've depleted your sense of ability to rebut or rebut the rebuttal. The rebuttal is gone. I'm like, okay, now I got you. It's fucking checkmate.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, and this is my problem with a lot of the beliefs that people hold, is that I'm a big believer that they just run around and adopt these things because it's what their side was told that they should think.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think you're weak as fuck for doing that.
yeah, absolutely, because most of these things don't stand up to question. This is on both sides. This is not just a specific attack.
100.
One, but on both sides, when you start logicking your way through certain things, eventually it just doesn't make any fucking sense no more. And a lot of it to accept requires that you ignore what it is that you see.
Yep.
And I refuse to participate in this shit. There was a few years ago, there was a thing about Skittles and how all Skittles taste the same. And they were sitting, and I always thought that was ridiculous because I'm like, I've always eaten Skittles. I know these fucking Skittles taste differently.
Me too.
And they're like, well, the scientists say that they taste. I don't give a fuck. I know that this purple one I don't really like that, but I do like this. This tastes fucking different. I don't care what they say about this.
So
I'm
you
able to
tested
do
it out
this.
yourself.
Yeah.
So
but
did I.
But so many people will sit there and say, oh, no, it's because you smell it or you assume it's going to taste a certain way. Like they will reject what they've gone their whole life eating Skittles. And all of a sudden they saw a news blurb that said they taste the same. And people were like, oh yeah, Skittles all taste the same. No, the fuck they don't. I don't care.
Right. And cool. That statement came out. And the first thing I did when that fucking came out was like, you know what? I got to try the fucking Skittles now. I closed my eyes and I had my fiance give me fucking Skittles and I had to guess which one it was. And I just can't remember the result of that experiment. But you made a very good point. I am not right and I am not left. I am truth. I seek truth, right? So if the left side's going to say some shit, I'm going to do my own research and I'm going to come to my own truth, my own conclusion. Same with the shit on the right. And I think that's where we lose the plot. I think we should be seeking truth. And, you know, I mentioned to you earlier, like when you do these live events based on what happened to Charlie Kirk, do you have any fear of, I don't think it's going to get to the degree where someone's going to pop off a shot long range, but are you worried about aggression? Because weak motherfuckers in groups of weak motherfuckers, they get suddenly brave. One-on-one, these motherfuckers are like, okay, fuck you. And then they walk off. In groups, they're a little more brazen. Do you have any issues?
So no, for multiple reasons. Number one, so the Charlie Kirk type events that he was speaking at were very different, where it was going to be people split up between agreeing with him and not agreeing with him.
Mhm.
What it is that I'm doing will be people paying to come and see and want to hear what it is that I have to say anyway.
Okay.
And the second thing is, again, I don't believe the narrative. I don't believe some random person got upset with what Charlie Kirk was saying and fucking shot him.
Okay, I don't believe that either.
Because, yeah, I'm not an idiot.
Motherfucker, dude. One of a former guest and conservative aunt and I did a post and we talked about Erika Kirk and everything else. And literally, dude, the last week, my fucking comment section has been lit up with people calling me just all sorts of fucking names. Like, you know, as we were saying, you know, I had someone call me, you beat women, or you're a homophobe, or you're a misogynist. I get a lot, fucking misogynist. Why can't we just ask questions?
You're not allowed. See, that's the thing. When you're not allowed to ask questions, you know that they don't want you to have the answer to certain things. And that's baffling to me. I mean, it's not baffling to me. It's very clear they're trying to manipulate people in a certain way.
And I automatically get my dick up when I know I'm trying to be manipulated. I'm automatically just going to fight back, no matter what it is. I may even be wrong, but as soon as I sense that you're trying to manipulate you, we got to fight. We got to do it. We have to work this shit out. So what do you think happened to Charlie Kirk?
Personally, again, I don't know. I don't know him well enough to know what the fuck it is that's going on. I believe that he ran afoul of somebody that he shouldn't have ran afoul of, whether that be government people, whether that be private people with money and power, and they decided it's best if he's no longer here.
I 100%
and they made that
agree.
take place.
Right.
And they set it up in such a way to get the people fighting each other.
Yes.
The left people have the right people to blame. The right people have the left people to blame. It's like the dude that they said did it, who obviously fucking didn't because no one's stupid.
Oh, we're going to get some hate for that shit.
Fuck it. Like, here's it. Like, if you're not a stupid person, you can see that he is not the person who did. This is ridiculous. And even when you go, you can listen to all the people sitting there talking about gun shit. I sold guns for a little while. I worked at the gun store. I know what a 30-06 is, and I know what a 30-06 does, just like I know what a 50 caliber does, just like I know what a 338 Lapua and all of them shit do. I know what a large enough handgun round will do to somebody.
Right.
And it is not just bouncing around the inside of your little
fucking
body.
right.
That would have knocked off a whole entire chunk of him. He would be like the fucking T-1000 in Terminator.
Yes.
So...
Yep.
But then you have this dude, his dad's MAGA, and he's leftist now, and he got a fucking boyfriend who's a girl or whatever the fuck it is.
Some furry or some shit.
Yeah, some weird shit. So it's just something for everybody to glom onto and say, look, the conservatives are violent. No, the liberals are violent. It's all of this. And he was mad about the Charlie Kirk got shot because he was hateful and he said something to none of this shit fucking happened. He didn't do that. Was he involved in some capacity? Probably.
I think he's a patsy. I don't think
1,000%.
I've had several people on the show. One of my instructors actually used to do some FBI work in Venezuela, and he knows fucking guns and he knows that kind of shit. And he's like, "There's no fucking way a 30-06 did that and something didn't fly off of him. There was no blood. If you look, there was no fucking blood." Right. And then there was just, listen, I don't know what happened. Just the same way I don't know what's going on with Erika Kirk. But I do fucking say that there are a lot of red flags. And as soon as you start asking questions, people are like, oh, fuck off. Like this morning, she's a child of God. Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck that got to do with anything? But see, here, this is the thing. And this is the problem, right? First and foremost, people are sitting here acting like the government and these fucking letter organizations haven't been caught lying over and over and over and over again. They lied about John F. Kennedy. They lied about fucking COVID. They lied about 9/11. They lie about fucking everything. Why do you think that this is the thing that they're telling the truth about? And then it comes to when you see so many people who sit there and act like you're a bad person for asking this question, or it's somehow you're somehow anti him. If you're asking questions, you're like, I don't really believe what it is he's saying. I believe that a cover-up is happening for people who have notoriously covered shit up.
Yes.
Like, you can't even sit here and use common sense. And then when you say, regardless of how anybody feels about fucking Candace Owens, the fact that every single person attacked her in the exact same way at the exact same time says they want her to be attacked. They don't want you to listen to her.
Right. So then when you're telling me not to listen to that person, I'm like,
what'd she say?
I got to listen to this fucking person now.
Like,
right? Because I got to make my own fucking decision. Yeah. But holy fuck. Yeah. Like I watch your shit. Just like, regardless of even meeting you, I dug your shit, right? I just like the way you're just like, this is the way I am. This is what I'm saying. Fuck you if you don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's how I am. Like this morning responding to some people, somebody is like, I agree with your message, but I don't like how much you swear. I'm like, thank you. Fuck off.
All the time. I don't give a shit.
Fuck off. Like this, I'm not going to taper or temper my personality to suit your delicate sensibilities. Cool. You don't like the fact that I swear? I fucking get it, but I fucking swear.
I don't even really believe in the concept of fuck and shit as bad word. Like I don't agree with that as a concept.
Why does a word have to offend you? It's a fucking word.
Well, it's all this shit is just words. But like, even if people sit there and quote the Bible and say God doesn't like profane language, but I personally believe foul language is being negative, is complaining, is talking shit about other people, with stuff like that. Not just some fucking curse words. Like if you say shit in Chinese, that means absolutely nothing. But you can gossip in Chinese.
Right. That's a funny analogy. If I start, because I'm studying Spanish, if I start swearing at you in Spanish, you're not going to know what the fuck I said. So you're not going to be offended by what I said. So the only offense is the emotion you apply to those words.
Oh yeah, all offense is a choice. 1,000%.
100%.
Yeah,
yes.
I say this shit all of the time. People are like, oh my God, but the N word, I don't give a fuck. It's you don't have to be offended by this. Who cares? It's a word.
Right.
It's noises. It's letters arranged and sounded out. Whoop-de fucking do.
I agree. A lot of times people will say, like, does this offend you? I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm very easygoing. For, but then accordingly, that I'm also not very easygoing. I just have certain things that tweak me, and then I'm ready to bang off. But for the most part, if you say, I don't know, call me something fucking racist, I don't
Yeah, I don't give a
care.
shit. Who
I don't
cares?
fucking give a shit, right? One of my striking coaches is black, and he fucking uses the N word all the time on me, and I think it's funny.
Yeah, things only upset you if you choose to be upset by them. Like people attach all of these negative values to otherwise neutral things and then get mad when they're worked up all the time. You want to, because at the end of the day, you can't even control what somebody else says. Like you can't make people stop saying something. So why empower the things that you don't want them to say? Just fucking disregard it. Who gives a shit? Get on with your life. It's much bigger things in this world to worry about.
Okay, so we open that Pandora's box.
Beautiful.
What do you think about the Erika Kirk situation? Did you know, I just heard this yesterday. So one of the possible situations that got Charlie into deep water is that, from what I understand, Netanyahu offered him $150 million if he would start talking more positively about Israel.
Yep, I heard
He
that.
turned it down.
Yep.
Erika the other day just took the $150 million.
If you want my answer, I think she took the $150 million before the other day whenever you found out that she took the $150 million.
Quite possibly.
Like, I don't know. I don't know Erika Kirk. I'm not here to tell anybody how they need to be sad. I don't even really agree with the concept that you need to grieve. However, do I think that she had absolutely no knowledge of the fact that he was going to be murdered? No.
Just because I put a tissue to my eyes does not mean I'm fucking crying.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, the actors cry on demand all of the fucking time. Who?
Yeah, I just find it, like I said, I'm not saying she did this or didn't do it. First of all, there's not a single fucking photo of her out there of her pregnant. So she was on Megyn Kelly the other day, and she admitted that there's no photos of her being pregnant because she didn't like the fact that she was fat, and therefore she didn't want any photos of her while she was pregnant. Come the fuck on. Like, honestly. Right. And people buy that. Well, it's because of this. Or you're a fucking retard and you're just so easily manipulated. Why don't you just ask some questions, man?
You're not allowed to ask questions.
Yes.
But no, when you come into they were heavily into politics shit, and the entire world of politics is all fucking obfuscation and smoke and mirrors and manipulation. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Do I think that she is just some organic, innocent housewife? No.
No.
Am I saying that she had him killed specifically? No, because I don't fucking know.
Right.
But I also think if the fact that I can't ask that makes me feel like maybe she did.
Right. And I question the sheer number of angry people that were leaving comments, because I say it was probably like a 60 in favor, maybe 35, 40 where I'm a piece of shit. And then I look at these people making comments. I'm like, well, this is a fucking bot. Okay, well, why are all these bots generating this kind of perspective? Like,
they don't want you to say that. They want to sway the opinion.
Right. So then I have to ask why.
Exactly. It's always a question. Why? See, this is the thing that people don't understand. Everything that you see, they want you to see. So none of these opinions that people have, for the most part, are organic. This is what they want the right to think one thing. They want the left to think a certain thing.
Yep,
and
agreed.
They do what it takes to create said perspective on either side.
Mhm.
So the question, again, is always, why do they want you to think this?
Right.
The people who support Trump, they want you to support Trump. They want the other people to hate Trump. The question is, why? What is their end game? Same thing with the Erika Kirk thing. They want you to think that she is a grieving widow who is just going through all of this shit because she lost the father of her children and she's an amazing, loving wife. But why do they want you to think that?
Right. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to ask questions.
No.
But it just seems like in today's society, people that ask questions are ridiculed.
Because this is what we have now is it's like people talk about this oppression shit all of the time. Like oppression nowadays is all narrative based. So anything that challenges the narrative, they want to get rid of.
Yep.
You're allowed to think A or B, but it's once you introduce C that everyone freaks out because that's not one of the approved things to talk about. That's not one of the approved thoughts to have.
Yep, I agree. It's unfortunate. And I think we've gone down that road so long and so far now. I don't know if there's a way to course correct. I think there's always going to be that narrative control.
Yeah, there is. And I think that it was a very, very long play of working all of this out and getting people so divided and so drilled down on their own sides and their own perspectives that A, they can never admit that they were wrong, or B, they can never admit that the other people might be right. Like people go, like back in the day, once upon a time, it was you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about religion and all of that shit. Now it's all anybody talks about.
Yes.
But people think that you should hate each other because you have opposing political opinions. So what that causes is one side to double down on everything that they think, and then the other side to do the exact same thing. So nobody could admit that they were wrong because they doubled down on the shit so hard. And everyone's just dug themselves into a hole so deep that what makes the most sense to them is to stay in the hole. And of course, this is all on purpose because, like you said, it's very hard to course correct now that nobody is open to the idea that they're the ones who are wrong.
Yes, I noticed that doubling down, especially with COVID, right? As I said in the beginning, cool, people were afraid, I get it. But after it became quite obvious that there was some fuckery going on, why not just admit, you know what, guys, I fucked up. I was scared. I took whatever shots, but I realize now that was a mistake. No, these motherfuckers doubled down and still I see people still wearing a fucking mask, right? There's nothing wrong with admitting you made a fucking mistake.
I think most people, A, don't have the accountability to do that. And then a lot of the people who were running around during COVID went so hard in their support of it, talking about the unvaccinated should be rounded up and people without masks
Do you
should be
remember that shit?
arrested and shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, so now they can't go back on this position because they feel like they've put themselves too far down in the hole and they just have to infinitely defend now. So they're still getting shots, they're still wearing masks, they're still social distancing, they're still doing all of this shit. Even though there's a bunch of stuff that said the stuff about mask was a lie. The people that told you about the mask said they were fucking lying about it, but yeah, they still accept it. The people who told them about vaccines said the vaccines were bullshit. They're still like, no, get your vaccines. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
I honestly think so I've learned, and honestly, you were a big inspiration for this. I learned that you're not going to be something to everybody. There's going to, especially people like myself and yourself that are just so out there with their opinion. And I have a particular mindset that I think works. And there's going to be a certain demographic of society that's going to think I'm a misogynist or I'm fucking too aggressive or all that. And I've come to the realization now that those are not my people. Just as you must have come to the conclusion, because you're an abrasive fucker. Like you just say, this is it.
Yeah. So what I realized a while ago is that these terms now have been weaponized, and it's more so than the fact that anyone specifically thinks that you're a misogynist. It's become more so a way to just get you to stop saying what it is that you think. Or is this, they do the same thing with racism? They do the same thing with homophobia, transphobia, or whatever the fuck else it is. I'll say I think X, and they'll say, well, that's transphobic, and because what they want me to do is back down and justify it and say, well, no. But I've taken the route of that's racist. Okay, fine, I'm racist, but this is still what I think. I don't give a fuck.
So you never feel the need to explain a stance that you take?
I will explain it as much as I feel like I need to explain it, but by and large, I think that most of the people who are looking for you to explain yourself have no interest in understanding you, no matter what it is that you say.
Oh, that's a very good
So
point.
I can make all of the sense in the world. I can pull up the data that they feel that they need to see. I could pull up whatever, and they're not going to accept what it is that I'm going to say. So no, I'm not going to waste my time here.
That's a very good point. Yes, I've experienced that recently too. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think it's simply that people either there's no way you're going to change their opinion. And again, I've come to the conclusion of that recently where people just say some stupid shit and I'll just like, okay, cool story. And I also agree that even if you provide facts, there comes two things happen. Either they realize that they've been beat and then the name calling comes out, or they just have no interest in what you say.
But see, this is the same thing too, right? Like people had back when COVID was happening and all of this stuff, people were like, the CDC, listen to the fucking CDC. And now the CDC went and changed their shit to say there's no proof that vaccines doesn't cause autism. And all of a sudden, it's no longer listen to the CDC. It's, well, Robert Kennedy made them do it and he's fucking a crazy person. Okay, that's fine. Let's say he did that and let's say he influenced them. Are you suggesting that this is the first time in the history of the world that they've been influenceable in such a capacity? Like, when you start taking these things to their logical conclusion, you realize what they're thinking is not at all based in logic. It's just based in tribalism. And this is our set of beliefs is vaccines good. So that's the only thing that we will accept no matter what.
Yep. I personally think RFK's done a lot of good things.
I think that, so first and foremost, he's in shape. And none of these other motherfuckers are. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying being in shape makes you intelligent. I am saying that being out of shape means that you are lacking in intelligence.
I agree.
And this is a ridiculous thing. So they're like,
oh, well, we're going to get so much hate.
Who gives a fuck? But he's like,
no, it's true though. I agree with you.
He's like, people will sit there and say, well, he could do pull-ups. That doesn't mean he knows everything. No, it doesn't. But you're fat as shit. So it damn sure means that you don't know some shit. Because if you were intelligent, like if you were more intelligent, you would stop eating fucking food and go to the goddamn gym. So you can't even really sit here and make that informed of an opinion because you are slowly destroying yourself.
You are making bad decisions on a daily fucking
every single
basis.
day. This is and they'll say, well, Robert Kennedy is an ex-heroin user. Okay, but you're a current fat person. That's not, there's no difference. His drug of choice was heroin. Your drug of choice is food. I didn't actually fucking
know that.
I don't know if he is. I'm just saying I've seen people say it. But either way, and then this is also the other thing that people have, where people will sit there and use somebody's past against them when they want to, and then use it for them whenever it's suit. They just go with whatever it is. Because they have no real morals, they have no real beliefs.
Yeah. I mean, one could take a look at your past history and make an sort of assumption on your character. But that is not to say, like, look at you. You had a fucking shady past, right?
Yeah.
But you could have taken that direction and still gone down that road, but you didn't.
1,000%.
Right? So while if we're going on the topic of people that are out of shape, today doesn't mean tomorrow. If you decide today that you no longer want to be this fat piece of shit, then you could start training and you could start making better decisions for yourself. Because I fucking agree with you that people that are out of weight, and fuck me, we're going to get so much hate. You are making bad daily decisions.
Yes.
Now there's going to be the inevitable comments in our fucking feed that are going to be like, well, I got a thyroid problem, or I got this, or I got, fuck off. I don't give a shit. Train fucking harder. It's the same fucking bullshit where, you know, you take two people and some people may have advantages in life. So what? Fucking work harder.
This is the thing that I say, well, some people have advantages. Whoop-de-fucking do. You don't. Amazing. But you can still go there. Like, if you sit there and take everybody, and you drop, even if you drop everyone off at a starting line, right, in a race, at the same exact spot, people are going to wind up at different locations. That's just by the nature of the thing. Now, everyone's starting off in different locations. Amazing. You could still get to the end, though. It might take you longer. Whoop-de-fucking do. Who cares? Yes. That's your path. Other people's path does not affect your own. And then as far as all the fat people go, here's the thing. People will sit there, well, I have a thyroid issue. Whoop-de-fucking do, but you eat too much food. That's why you're fat. And they're like, well, my metabolism's slow. Okay, fine. Too much food might be less for you than it is for someone else, but you're still eating too much food. Eat less fucking food. Dumbass. Go to the gym.
I always say, put down the fork and get off your ass.
Yeah, go eat less food and work out, and you will get in shape. This happens to everybody. It does not matter what your genetics are. It does not matter what your thyroid is. It doesn't matter that on your fucking 12th birthday party, you fell in a cake or some dumb shit. Whatever the fuck it is that you would like to sit there and say. At the end of there has never been a fat person in the world who was starved to death.
This isn't airing. Listen, that's why I knew this was just going to go off the fucking rails. I fucking agree with you. Let's just say your metabolism is slower. Let's just say your knees hurt or your fucking back hurts.
Well, of course they do. You're
okay,
fat.
You're fat. That's why your fucking knees hurt.
Yeah.
Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Right? You can better yourself in every aspect of your life by taking a step forward to bettering yourself. It's not fucking magic. I was before I started these companies, I was working in a pro shop playing fucking Warcraft. I made the decision I wanted more out of my life. So I fucking made that effort. And anybody who makes the decision to better themselves, however, fucking monetarily, spiritually, physically, fucking just do it.
Every single person who tries succeeds if they truly tried.
Sure.
Period. Every single person. If you try to get in shape, you will. If you truly try to get in shape, you will get in shape. If you truly
100%.
try to lose weight, you will lose weight. You truly try to make money, you truly try to have good relationships, you truly try to do whatever, you will succeed at that thing. But nobody wants to try. That's why they have all of these excuses and stuff. Again, my thyroid, my genetics, my fucking race, it's white supremacy. When I was 12, I had a bad birthday. All of this stupid shit to just justify their lack of effort.
That may all be true, but it doesn't make a fucking difference. Like you fell into the cake and now you have this fucking this erotic fantasy about vanilla fucking cake, right? But okay, doesn't mean anything. Just fucking work harder.
Yeah, that's what people will sit there and say this shit. Well, I have a bad relationship with food. Well, hey, that's stupid. Just don't have a bad relationship with food. Who cares? Well, I think about eating food all the time. Whoop-de-fucking do. Doesn't mean you have to eat it.
Right.
Like you could think about smoking. You could think about drinking. You don't got to fucking do it. Like you're in charge, you're in control over what it is that you do. Just because
Yes.
a thought pops into your head, it doesn't mean that you have to act on it.
100.
You're not a fucking
Listen, if I
child.
act on every thought that I have, there'd be a lot of people with fucking me punching them in the face.
This is the thing. You know how many times I'm in traffic and somebody will cut me off or something, like, man, I should just shoot this whole car up right now. I'm obviously not going to do it because it's a terrible fucking idea. But the thought pops into my head.
For
and
sure.
By fat people logic, I would have shot up all these cars. I'd be in jail right now.
Yeah, 100%, because it's easier to accept, you know, I have a bad relationship with food. That's why I can't stop eating the food. Sure you can. Just make the decision
Just
to
don't
stop
eat
it.
food. Like you could just not eat. Like
That's right.
it's actually less work.
Yep. Right. If you're on a desert island, there's no cake, motherfucker, you're not
You
eating
can't eat
cake.
cake. There's nothing you can fucking do about this.
And it comes down to will, right? It comes down to your willpower. And that's why, for myself, I'm a big believer in martial arts, because I think that discipline teaches you a certain willpower to overcome obstacles, to I'm a big believer in martial arts.
It's saying how you do anything is how you do everything, right?
Oh, I
So
love
like,
that
when
line.
you adopt these things, they carry over into other aspects of life. This is why I talk about going to the gym all of the time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
not
love it.
specifically about you want to look like a fucking bodybuilder. Nobody gives a shit if you want to look like a bodybuilder. But it's the discipline that you will cultivate from going and doing something that you don't want to do every single day.
Yes.
It's the ability to delay the gratification and know that, well, I'm not in shape today, but if I keep going, eventually I will be in shape.
Yes.
It's the ability to do hard things. This carries over to other aspects of your life. Same
Yes.
thing with waking up early, same thing with controlling what you eat, same thing with sobriety. All of these things, they carry over and they feed into one another.
You know, I take an ice bath every morning. Every morning I fucking hate it. Dude, my ice bath right now is at 0. I'm cleaning ice off my fucking ice bath, and it sucks getting in there, and I don't want to do it, but do hard things. And every morning when I get out of there, I mean, there is the physiological effect of, I think it's like a dopamine increase by like 200%. But to me, it's just a mental game of, I don't want to do that, but I'm doing that. And the more you do tough things, the easier it is to do tough things.
Yeah, 1000%.
Sure.
Yeah, this is the thing a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot of the shit is hard for you because you don't do it. Like you're not used to doing it. This is why this is difficult. I don't play video games. If I was to sit around and try to play video games for 12 hours, it'd be difficult as fuck. Not because it's hard, it's just because I don't do it. So it's what a lot of people mistake for difficulty is actually just lack of exposure. Like the more you start going to the gym, the easier that it will become to go to the gym.
Yep.
It's not going to be fun every single day. Absolutely not.
No.
Like I wake up early every single morning. I don't
know,
like
I heard,
it.
dude. So take me through your day.
So I wake up 3:53. I do 100 push-ups.
Fucking amazing.
Read a book, meditate, not a whole book, but read pages
yep,
from a
cool.
book, meditate, go to the gym, and then go do whatever work
long
it
do you
is that I
meditate
need
for?
to do. 15 minutes.
Nice. How do you meditate? Like, what is your, for me, my meditation, I do it in front of my red light therapy, and it's breath work.
Yeah, I do breath.
Nice.
Yeah, focus on in
Yep.
and out. Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Cold, hot. Yep.
Yep. Nice. Okay. And then you go to the gym.
Go to the gym. Yep.
Is the weather in Arizona always nice?
No.
Are you serious?
It's in the summertime. It's incredibly fucking hot.
Okay. But you don't. So right now, what is it in Arizona, temperature wise?
60 maybe.
Okay. Fuck you, dude. It's fucking 0. It's minus
Yeah, no,
1
it's going
here.
to shit here, but you know what? I like it. I don't see the snow a lot, so.
Yes.
But yeah, weather's decent. It's hot as fuck in the summertime though.
Yeah.
It does get cold, but I'm not like there's a lot of people who are like it's hot outside. Like what the fuck you complain about the weather for? It's not gonna change any goddamn thing. It's hot as hot. Such is fucking life. You know?
Yeah.
But
So when you say hot, how hot are we talking?
it goes up to 120 Fahrenheit. I
Oh
don't know
my
if it's
fuck.
Celsius.
That is insane.
Yeah, I guess, but it's dry heat. It's not humid. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the guests we had, like, Florida's hot. And he said, but it's a humid hot.
Yeah, when you get to like North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, shit like that, their humidity's terrible. It's worse than Florida's because Florida got a breeze at least.
Mm.
They don't.
Okay. So you go to the gym
Yep.
every day?
Yep.
Nice. And then what?
Work, whatever it is I got to do for the day.
Okay.
Make some videos, do some calls, whatever that happens to entail.
Yep. It's good.
Yeah.
The very fact that you have, like, for me, I like routine.
Yeah.
I when I'm not within my routine, I get a little edgy.
Yeah, I like to have a routine because it's very, like, I know that as soon as I start making excuses, that I just make more and more excuses. So I just don't allow myself to ever miss shit. That's the only reason that I work out every single day is so that I stay in the habit of
Yep.
working out every
Yep.
single day. It's not that it's specifically like I feel like it's better for me or anything. I just do it so that I don't not do it.
Yeah. The same. I like that structure, knowing that I'm going to wake up, this is your routine, and then you have an open space of doing whatever it is you like. Okay, so moving forward,
Yeah.
you've established yourself as this voice. What is it you're trying to say? Like what is your message?
I think that the majority of what it is I say boils down to accountability and thinking for yourself. I think those are probably two of the most important things that you can cultivate in life.
I agree. I honestly feel like I'm just talking to myself during this entire fucking interview. Why do you think people are afraid of accountability?
Ooh, because it's unpleasant in the moment. It sucks to say, man, my life sucks, and it's because I'm a fuck up and a dumbass. It does not feel good to say that.
Honestly,
but
doesn't it sound like I just like all this shit I've said?
it doesn't feel good in the moment, and people have been conditioned to do what it is that feels best right now.
Yes.
But once you accept that the path that you've taken is stupid and that's because you've chosen to walk it, then you also understand that you have the power to turn around and walk in whatever fucking direction it is that you would like.
Yes.
And that's what matters the most.
Yes. So the ability to say, yes, I fucked up my life and it's my fault also gives you the power to realize that I can unfuck my life and I can make good decisions and better my life.
Yeah, that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, I see so many people who want to sit there and fight, well, my life is hard for me because I'm black. Well, why do you want that to be true? Because if that's the case, it means your life can't be any easier, dumbass. So why are you sitting here arguing for the fact that, oh, I can't get any fucking better, or I can't lose weight because of my genetics? Well, if that's true, that just means you're going to be a fat fuck forever. Why are you fighting for that? Why are you fighting for your own shortcomings? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Why play the victim, dude?
That's the thing. And people will sit there and debate so hard. Like, I'll say some shit about depression. Like, no, my brain chemicals. Like, why do you want that to be true, dickhead? Like, why do you want to be fucking sad for forever? Wouldn't you want me to be right? Is it my thing better? I'm saying you can improve yourself. You're saying, no, I can't.
Yes.
And then getting mad at me.
Yes.
The fuck do you mean I could do better? Like, what's wrong? This is
so
what's
why
wrong
do you
with people.
think people want to accept mediocrity?
Because it's comfortable. People want to be comfortable at the end of the day. They're comfortable sitting there with at the end of the day. As much as people want to sit there and talk about they don't want to be fat. If they're fat and they're not doing anything about it, they want to be fat. They're happy being fat.
100.
People are happy being poor. If you weren't happy being poor, you would fucking do something about it. If you weren't happy being depressed, you would do something about it. But people are happy in their misery. They're comfortable where it is that they are. And they don't want to feel like they can fix it because then they have to do something.
Yes. I think there are certain conditions where a chemical makeup is designed in such a way that you are hindered, but it's the same person that's like, well, my thyroid is slow, or my thyroid, well, hyperactive, you're going to be skinny as fuck. Hypo, you're fat. But we're talking outliers. I think for the vast majority of people, we have the ability to fix our shit. And I've never understood why you're okay with being okay. Right? You look okay. Okay, why wouldn't you want to look better? I make a good living. Why don't you want to make more? My relationship is good. Why don't we want to have a fucking stellar relationship? I just never understood that sense of, and it gets me into trouble because a lot of people think I'm just an asshole.
Yeah, because everyone is so fucking sensitive and they've been conditioned with this whole entire nice thing, which is just you tell everyone what they want to hear at all points in time.
Yeah, I don't
and
believe
anything
that.
other than that makes you a terrible person. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, if you actually cared about somebody and they're fat, that you would say, hey, you should stop being fat, man. Like, eat less food.
Yeah, right. Or eat the food. Dude, it's fucking math, okay? I burn off this many calories. Okay, you want to lose weight? Sure. Eat less fucking calories than you're burning off.
Yeah, very simple.
It is fucking simple. And all it is, and it just annoys the fuck out of me when people are like, oh, I can't do this. Why can't you do that? Why can't you do anything?
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing to me is when people sit there and argue the food thing. They're like, well, I work long hours. Like, what does that have to do with not eating as much food as you eat? Shouldn't that make it harder for you to eat that much food? Like, if anything,
yeah.
Like, you don't even understand the excuses that you're making. You're just throwing shit out there to see what sticks and what someone else will accept. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I fucking agree. So, and then accountability we discussed, and you said
free thought.
Free thought.
Yes.
That's also a big thing. Why do you think people are so eager to accept the narrative?
I think it's a couple reasons. I think partially this is what you're conditioned to do from the time that you were a young child. You know, 4 or 5, you start going to school and they tell you to listen to the authority figures and outsource your free thinking to all of the experts and all of that shit, right?
Mhm.
And separate from that, I think that a lot of people don't want to accept that the world actually works the way that it works because it's depressing and probably hopeless feeling for a lot of people.
I think that's
Like,
fair.
it's much easier to accept that politicians are inept rather than that they are just fucked up people, or maybe that the system isn't designed properly than to accept that it's corrupt specifically by design.
I agree.
I think that's an unpleasant thought.
Sure it is. I mean, it's much easier for me to accept that I'm in this position because you're an idiot rather than I'm in this position by your design and you're just an evil motherfucker and you're
Yes.
self-serving and all you care about is yourself and or by extension your party.
Yep.
That's a horrible thought to think.
Yeah, 1000%. It's unpleasant, but you know, that's not accepting it doesn't make it not life.
100%. And that's why I think some people choose just to stay ignorant.
Yeah. I think so I think that most people are ignorant but think that they know things. And I think that that is also partially, not partially, but fully by design as well. Like I'm personally, I'm like, we've talked about left and right as a lot. I don't believe in either of these things. I don't believe either of these things is real. I don't believe that politics is any fucking different than football and award shows and all of this shit. Like I think that this is ultimately just distractions too, but to make people feel like they're included in a thing. Is the distraction that makes you feel like you know something.
You hear that quite often, that people are saying that certain events are happened or being publicized or displayed because it's a distraction. But on my hand, like I can multitask. I can fucking care about what's happening here, pay attention to this and pay attention to this. And with every scenario, I want to make my own decision on it.
Yeah.
So you have your opinion on something. I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to think, okay, well, Jason said some interesting shit. How do I feel about that? Okay, that makes sense to me. Maybe I'm going to change my mind. Or fucking Jason's a fucking idiot and I don't agree with what he said. So I'm going to come to my own conclusions. But what I cannot accept from people is just that you told me something. Oh, fucking Jason said it. I got to fucking listen to it. And that's just the way it is. I don't even want to question what Jason tells me. And I think we're doing ourselves a disservice by not investigating shit.
Yeah,
and I think that applies to fucking everything.
Yeah, in every single capacity. This is why I hate the trust the science shit. This is why I hate the where did you get your degree and all of this shit.
Fuck off with that response too.
I hate all of that shit because at the end of the day, it's like I think this thing because this is the thing that I think. I don't give a fuck if I'm right, honestly. I give a fuck that this is my conclusion. Okay. I believe this and I know why I believe it. If I'm wrong, I'm open to changing it.
Perfect.
But I know why I think what I think. If I'm just accepting shit, I don't know why I think it. Now I just have a bunch of things. Maybe they're all right, but I don't know that and I don't know why. I think that's much worse.
Yes, I agree. I think you need to base your opinion on facts. Those facts can change and you should be willing to change your opinion based on whatever it is that adjusts it. So for example, with the whole Erika Kirk thing, people were saying, well, like, I don't know if you're aware that they did a sort of podcast and Charlie Kirk said, do you know how long we've been married? And she didn't know the answer, right? He's like, this is an easy question. How long we've been married? And she's like, and then he's like, 4 years, right? So people were like, oh, she's got mommy brain. And she was entertaining him because she knew and she just wanted him to say it. And, and then I'm like, okay, well, I don't know enough about mommy brain. Let me investigate it. So I spoke to some of the doctors on our panel and I'm like, okay, well, when she said that, her kid was 2, so she's not going to be postpartum and she's never admitted to being postpartum. And, okay, well, some women suffer a hormonal cascade disruption. So I started investigating that, estradiol, progesterone, looked at all that. And I'm like, none of that applies to this situation. So you're full of shit. But when I would explain that, people are like, well, you're a man. How do you know about fucking women? I'm like, it's fucking epidemiology. It's fucking neuroscience. It's not gender specific. You're fuck off. But people are just so adamant about believing what they believing and not being accepting of new information to change their opinion. Then I just think you're an ignorant fuck. Like if I give you some applicable knowledge that perhaps may change your opinion and you don't want to change it simply because you want to be, I'm right, fuck you, then I think you're an ignorant fuck.
Yeah, that's a good. Most people don't want to believe what's right. They want their beliefs to be right. And those are two very different things. And people will sit there and it's the confirmation bias with every single thing. This is what it is that they've decided. And everything that's going to happen is going to prove that to be true to them because they don't actually give a fuck what's factual. And that's, again.
But why do you think people are like that?
Well, part of it is people are split up in everything in life as a whole. You have the left and you have the right. You have tall people, short people, black people, white people, football teams, football, basketball, video. People argue about different fucking video game systems. Is PlayStation or Xbox better and all of this shit?
Yeah. It's PlayStation, by the way.
Everybody is fucking divided on all of these things. Do you like Domino's or Pizza Hut, McDonald's or Burger King, all Pepsi or Coke?
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
So people just pick their side and then they double down on their side.
Yeah. Fair. But I think you should be, if you like, well, because we do have Domino's here. If you don't have a Pizza Nova in the States, right? No. Okay. So I like Pizza Nova. Have you ever tried Domino's? No. I'll try Domino's, and then I can make an educated decision. Do I like Domino's or do I like Pizza Nova? I tried your Domino's. It's shit. I like my Pizza Nova.
Yeah.
But why automatically just dismiss your shit?
Because, well, again, that's how the shit is set up, right? Like there are people who it doesn't matter. Trump could say, fucking the thing that all of the liberals think that they want to have, I don't know, free food and housing for everybody. And they're somehow going to find a way to make that a bad thing just because they're opposed to him as a idea.
Yes.
And that's the problem that they have here.
Yes.
One side can't admit that the other side is right. They can't admit that the other side has any good points. And by extension, they also can't admit that their own side did anything wrong.
Right. And why I think that is destructive to society is because it shouldn't be about you or shouldn't be about me as a political party or as a power. We don't even have to make this about politics. It should be about how do we do what's best for society? How do we do what's best for the end user? And that's why I dig what you're doing. When you're talking to people, you're trying to get them to accept accountability and you're getting them to free thought, right? And I think those are important qualities that we need to adapt to.
Yeah, 1000%. I mean, without those two things, you're always going to be a slave to some sort of outside forces. You're going to be a slave to whatever anybody says, whatever narrative anybody that gives you, and whatever it is that you believe about your own shortcomings. If you believe that you can't lose weight because of your thyroid, you're a slave to this concept of your thyroid. If you believe you can't succeed in life because of your skin color, you're now a slave to the color of your skin.
Yep, I agree. And I think it's sad when we adhere to those limitations, because I truly believe the only limitations that we have are the ones we place on ourselves. If you're going to place a limit on me, it's up to me to accept that.
Yep.
Right? I'm going to be like, fuck you. Your limits don't mean shit to me.
Yep.
And I think that's a superpower. I think the very fact that we are able to overcome, right? And as you succinctly put it about accountability, yeah, you fucked up. You made some bad choices. Cool. Start making better choices.
Yeah.
Right. But it comes down to accepting the fact that you are ultimately responsible for how your life plays out.
Yep.
You can put every fucking excuse, my skin color, my gender, my wife, my husband, my job, I fell into the vanilla cake at my birthday. You can make every excuse for what it is in your life. And it is up to you to rise above that and start making better decisions.
Yeah, it's the only thing that fucking matters. It's the only thing that you could possibly do. You could accept your situation or you can improve your situation. But the only one who has any real control over that is you. And you can always go and you could find whatever it is that you feel that your excuses are. You could find somebody who had that plus more and got to where it is that you feel that you can't get. You could find somebody with much worse genetics than you and a more fucked up thyroid who is in better shape than 90% of people. You could find somebody who is blacker or more woman or with childhood, the world's biggest childhood trauma, who's doing great in life.
Yes.
So if it didn't stop them, it doesn't need to stop you. But their difference is they didn't believe that it would, and you do.
Right. They had the stick to it to just get through it. Like one of the greatest lines I've heard, and I forget who said it. When going through hell, just keep going. Right? Your life could be shit right now, but it could be different the very second you decide that you want better for yourself.
Fact. Yeah, 1000%. You could be this is why I don't like people's whole shit with the past and what you used to do. None of this shit matters. All that matters is what you do right here in this moment.
Sure.
You could have been lazy for the last 39, 40 years, but if you stop being lazy today, you're no longer a lazy person. And now you
fucking
do
absolutely
shit.
For sure. You could be the worst motherfucker at 1:45, and at 14:02, I'm going to make a change in my life and I want to be a better person. Your new life decides the fucking second that you want something more for yourself.
1000%.
Yes. And the very fact that you were trying to instill that message into people, I wish you the fucking most success, because we need more people like that. I fucking hate this whole sheep mentality, this weak as fuck victimhood. It disgusts me. I don't like weakness. And I think if you adhere to weakness, you are not my fucking people.
No, there's nothing more dangerous to society than weak people, because weak people are manipulatable, and you can get weak people to do whatever it is that you want them to do. They don't stand up for anything. They don't do any of this. And all cruelty also is born out of weakness as well.
100%. I 100%. You know, it's not weak. The whole, let's fucking talk about toxic masculinity, right? Do you know, I think it's in Canada, that they are trying to censor fitness influencers that are trying to inspire men predominantly into getting into shape and to taking accountability and learning to think for themselves. They want to censor that, right? We have a bill going on in Canada right now that if you say something I don't like, you can be censored. You can go to prison, man. If you say something that the government doesn't like, you can go to fucking prison.
Already happening in the UK.
Yeah, for example, what's happening in the UK. So that just trips me out. Like, so I did a post some time ago about toxic masculinity. It's not strong men that beat women. It's weak men that beat women, right? Strong men inspire people. Strong men inspire others to be better than they are. It's weak motherfuckers like, fuck, fucking Jason's trying to fucking do good by other people. Fuck Jason. That's the fucking mentality. Me, right? I dig what you're doing, dude. I want you to be fucking successful for it. And that is the difference in the mentality.
Yeah, see, this is the problem that I'll sit there and say some shit about having emotional control or whatever. They're talking about it's men who are told that are the ones who shoot up schools. And no, it's the men who cannot control their emotions that shoot up schools, that beat their wives. These are temper tantrums.
Yes.
They just happen to be violent. This is not them being masculine. This is them not having any control of their feelings. This is them being sad and wanting everyone else to pay for it because they can't fucking deal with it.
Yep.
Absolute ridiculousness.
Yeah. Yep. So what is your thought on that whole, I mean, it's died down a little bit now, but for a while there, it was just a cliche word of the day, toxic masculinity, fucking, especially with when Andrew Tate was popular, every fucking chick out there was like, you're a fucking toxic masculinity, you're a misogynist. I'm like, do you know what misogyny means?
No, they don't know what any of
they
this shit
fucking
means.
don't know, bro.
They just say the shit.
Yes.
They don't know what misogyny means. They don't know what fucking bigotry is. They just say it because they're buzzwords, and they say it whenever someone says something that they don't like. But toxic masculinity as a concept is stupid, because masculinity in and of itself is not toxic. People can be toxic who are men, but that's just men who are toxic. Like,
yes, 100. And you can have toxic fucking femininity too.
Yeah,
I know some horrible fucking bitches out there.
So much of this weird, so this whatever it is that they call feminism nowadays is just fucking misandry. It's just men hate and promiscuity. Like, none of this shit is empowering. This is toxic femininity. But the whole, the idea that it's somehow toxic to be in control of your feelings and to not cry because you're sad and to want to be strong is absolutely ridiculous. It's just the encouragement of weakness. But then again, this goes to, as a whole, the conditioning of people to subconsciously think that strength is bad.
Right. Again, going back to our original concept where they want a weak, docile, easily manipulated society. Because then I can do whatever the fuck I like, and none of you motherfuckers are going to rise up against me.
Yeah, it is the weak motherfuckers who are like, oh, you want me to stay in my house? Okay. You want me to wear the mask? Okay. You want me to take the shots? Okay. You want me to call that man a woman? Okay. It is whatever makes everybody happy.
Listen, dude, if you want to wear a dress and it makes you happy, no problem. Do not believe that I'm going to, for 1 second, believe you're a woman. Do not for any expectation enforce upon me that I have to call you or change my grammar, my English to suit your needs. Listen, bro, do whatever you do that makes you happy. I'm a fucking live and let live kind of guy. But when your shit starts to affect my shit, we've got a fucking problem.
Well, yeah, I mean,
oh my God, this is getting so fucking canceled.
This is the problem, though, is that people want to take their shit and impose it on everyone else, right? Like, I'm with you. People could do whatever the fuck it is that they want to do, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. Man. If you want to identify as a tree, that's perfectly fine, but don't expect me to plant you in my yard.
Yes,
like, we get the fuck on out of here with that shit. I don't have to adopt your reality as mine. That's the problem.
I agree.
You're trying to co-opt my world, my beliefs.
Yes,
and I am not here for this.
Yes, but as soon as you say that, all the misogys come out. You're misogynistic, you're a transphobe, you're a homophobe, whatever, like you said, the buzzword or whatever, what you're saying, how that offends me, you're now that word.
Yeah, and this is the thing is, people sit there trying to fight it. Me personally, like, this is fine. I'm all of those things, but this is still what the fuck it is that I think.
Yes.
You could do whatever it is that you want to, but you're still a man. That's transphobic. That's fine, but you're still a man.
Yes, I agree. It's I fucking hope we can correct this shit. And I don't know that I have enough faith in the powers that be or the moral fortitude of people. Like, you have to understand that you're an anomaly, right? You're not normal. You are of a percentage of people that say what they want and don't give a fuck about the repercussions. You're self-contained. You are self-sufficient. You don't need affirmation from anybody else to satisfy yourself. And that, again, is an abnormality, and it's just not normal. And I think most people or more people should aspire to that, right? Be fucking strong. Fucking take accountability for your life. Fucking ask questions, man. Seek fucking truth. Those are tenets that you need to fucking live by. And I knew this was going to get very emotional for me because, like, I'm very passionate about that kind of mindset. And then when I heard, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker gets it. This guy, like, that's like, we're symbiotic. We get this shit. And that's why I said, dude, like, I fucking hope you can reach millions of people with that message.
Much appreciated, man. That's certainly the goal, because you are absolutely right. We do need more people taking accountability, being able to think for themselves, not being afraid of other people's opinions, and being able to stand on their own 2 feet.
Or taking the heat for your opinions.
Yeah, I hate so much. There is this thing wherever somebody will say something, people get mad, then they run out and apologize for it and all of that. I fucking cannot stand it. I cannot stand that shit.
All right, you've been quite vocal in your social media posts about your thoughts on depression and or anxiety.
Yep.
Talk to me.
So my personal, if we want to go in the conspiratorial direction, my personal belief is that depression and anxiety as a whole, as a concept, were created as a disorder specifically to sell pharmaceutical drugs.
Okay.
Like to treat, like, if you have any degree of common sense, you could sit here and look into the world and say, well, the pharmaceutical company profits off of people being prescribed their pills, right? Now, you can't convince people that they have a cold, but if you can convince people that them being sad means they need drugs, then you have a customer for the remainder of your entirety of your life. And I find it interesting that, first and foremost, a few years ago, there was a thing with the opioid epidemic, right? Where doctors were prescribing painkillers to people for kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies. You don't think those exact same fucking people would be willing to just call someone depressed or ADD or whatever to give them pills? Exactly. But then you take it a step further, you look at a psychiatrist, which is basically just a glorified fucking drug dealer. The entirety of their job is saying, hey, you're depressed. Here's this SSRI. Hey, you have ADD. Here's this SSRI. Go and take this shit. But people refuse to accept this because, as we were talking about before a little while ago, people don't actually follow through on the beliefs that they have. They don't take their logic to the extreme, right? Like, you can't be against or understand that the system is corrupt, which pretty much most everyone does, whether you're left, right, centrist, whatever the case may be. Obviously know the system's fucked, yet believe in every single thing within that system. They believe the system is fucked up, but they support the education system and the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry and all. This is what makes up the system, dumbass. Like,
yep, agreed.
So they hate the system, but they believe in all of the shit that these billion-dollar corporations provide, and then they take their little disorder labels and use that as an excuse to not do anything. Well, I can't do anything because I'm depressed. I can't do anything because I have anxiety. I have trauma or whatever. Just stop fucking doing that. You can control your mind. Just don't do that shit no more.
Okay, that message is going to be very inflammatory for people.
Yeah, because people want to be fucking losers and be sad about shit all the time. But if you okay, look at the thing with anxiety, right? People get worked up about things that might happen in the future. This is your subconscious saying, hey, you are an incompetent fuck. Fix it. Like, you're worried about a presentation that you have. Okay, if you knew you were going to do good at this presentation, what do you have to worry about? If you knew that you're good at raising children, what is it that you have to worry about? You don't get anxiety about the fact that you have to brush your teeth because you know how to brush your fucking teeth. So what are you anxious about? Work on that. Make it better. Stop being incompetent. Boom. Anxiety cured.
I've heard a statement that depression exists in people that are living in the past, and anxiety lives in people that are living in the future.
Yeah, 1000%. You're crying about some shit that happened before. You're not anxious about anything that's happening now. You're not depressed about what's happening now. You think that the past should have gone better. You think the past should have gone differently because you think you deserve more because you're fucking entitled.
I can only imagine the amount of fucking comments we're going to get on this one. Oh my God, you're fucking collabing on this shit. You're gonna take the heat with me, brother.
I'm here. People sit here, you would throw your little temper tantrum, that's fine. You want to be depressed and you want to be a sad fuck, that's perfectly fine. You want to outsource your life to these fucking pill bottles because you can't believe you get out of bed until you take your fucking Zoloft or whatever the case. You fucking have at it. If you want to be sad, I'm not telling you not to be. If you think that your brain chemicals mean you can never be happy, that's your fucking prerogative. But if you understand that that's stupid, then there's something that you could do about the shit. Like people... I have never seen anybody with a good ass life who is in shape, who has a business they're happy with a family that they love, and kids that they're proud of, who's like, oh, I'm depressed. You're depressed because your life is depressing, and you made it that way.
And then accordingly, if your life is depressing, you made it depressing, you also have the ability to not
You can make it undepressing. Just stop doing depressing shit and everything will be better. Like people will sit there, well, I'm depressed. No shit. You weigh 400 pounds. You have 19 fucking pronouns. You think that you're non-binary and you bounce back and forth between all of this shit.
They all got the septum ring.
You got this. Your hair is fucking blue and half shaved off. You're crying about what happened on your 12th birthday. Of course you're fucking depressed. I would be depressed if I was you too. You're a fucking loser. The fuck?
Yeah,
This is not a disorder. This is feedback. You created this.
Yep, sure. Yep, I agree. But we've embraced victimhood. We've embraced mediocrity. It's okay to be okay. Fucking participation trophies. Fuck off with that bullshit.
The dumbest fucking, this is what I say people don't really think about things. I hate the fucking saying it's okay to not be okay. If it was okay to not be okay, dumbass, you would not be okay. You would just be fucking okay. And then you wouldn't need to go and do anything about it. It's the same people who are like, well, it's okay to be sad. Then we'll go to therapy and find millions of ways to cope with it. If it was okay to be sad, you'd just be fucking sad, dipshit.
Yes, I do believe that everybody from time to time has a bad day.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. I'm sad sometimes too. I wake up and I'm tired. I wake up and I'm sad. Get the fuck up anyway. Because you know what? Weights still work when I'm not happy. Who gives a shit?
100. And to your point, yes, we all get in a mood for whatever reason. But for example, if something's pissing me off, which happens a lot, I'll take a step back. Okay, why are you pissed off? Well, this happened. Okay. Can you fix it? Yes. Can you fix it? No. Okay. If you can't fix it, what can you do? Like, you just got to be very unemotional and analytical about your shit. And then when you've done that, you can now make corrections. Okay. Well, I'm pissed off because of this. Okay. How can you fix it? Well, I can do this. Okay. Do this. You're not going to be pissed off anymore. Move forward. But again, it's just much easier to say, my life is shit, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and then people will sit there and wallow in their sadness, not understanding that that's just what sits there and makes it worse. Like people want to be sad and have a sad day, and then they want to sit in bed, wear their sad clothes, and watch sad movies and eat their sad food, then wonder why they're still fucking sad. Like you're feeding your sadness. Like what the fuck is exactly? But you're feeding your sadness. Why are you fucking doing this? Like have you ever heard the saying about the thing with the pink elephant? Like if I tell you to think about a pink elephant, you can't not think about the pink elephant. But if you just go on about your day, eventually this pink elephant will leave your mind. Yes. If you're going about your day while you're being sad, eventually your sadness will go away. But when you sit there and try and be like, don't think about the pink elephant is just going to live in your fucking head, bouncing around doing elephant shit.
And if you're just sitting there, right, exactly. That's why I say you have to distract yourself. Go do something else.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this whole transgender issue?
So my first thought, which nobody thinks about, is 10 years ago, nobody gave a fuck about transgender people. Nobody gave a fuck about the dudes in dresses walking around. Nobody gave a fuck about the drag queens. They was on TV. There's been what's that one dude?
RuPaul.
Yeah, he's had a show on TV about men dressing up as women forever. Nobody gave a shit.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, one day, the powers that be decided, hey, this is important to all of you now. You must ask people their pronouns.
Yes.
And you must pretend gender is fluid or a societal construct and all of this shit. And people are non-binary and whatever the fuck other.
I don't even know what some of these fucking terms mean.
Neither do they. They don't mean anything.
Yeah.
They just fucking call themselves that. Like people will sit there, like they have all these different sexualities and be like, well, I'm only attracted to people who are smart. Like it's not a sexuality, dipshit. It's just a preference. You just don't want to talk to idiots. Whoop-de fucking do. You're not special because of that.
Yes. And you know, when I first heard pansexual, I'm like, the fuck, you like cookware? Like what the fuck does that even mean?
It's bisexual, but complicated and stupid.
But that's funny too, because, and I've heard that said, that whole transgender movement, like we're talking under 1% of the population. Yeah. Why the fuck is this such a big thing?
Because they highlight, again, like they're sitting there, they want these rights. 10 years ago, nobody gave a shit. They made it an issue for it to be divisive against people. This is exactly why it is that they're doing it, because they took such an outrageous concept, men can actually be women and they are truly women. Like that's stupid.
Oh, and then
obviously.
that whole fucking argument that I hear people talking about that sex is and you can fucking tell the whole buzzword thing about it.
But-
you get all these vapid airheads that are, especially on shows like
Gender is a
whatever, right?
societal construct.
Well, sexuality is not gender, and it's fuck off, shut
Yeah,
the fuck up,
but-
right? Go do your OnlyFans and shut the fuck up.
But the thing is, even if they're right, let's say gender is a societal construct. That still doesn't mean anything. Because you know what else is a societal construct? Race. You know what else is a societal construct? Sports. That doesn't mean that I'm a Chinese baseball player just because they are societal construct. Like you can't just define things however it is that you would like because they're social constructs. That doesn't mean anything. And if you take it a step farther, right? If you're going to say that it's a societal construct, therefore it means absolutely nothing. It's not a thing. So then how do you know that you're not what it is that you are? Why do you need to dress differently if you're not how it is that you are? Because you made the shit up anyway, right? There's no such thing as women's clothes. So why are you putting on women's clothes? Right. There's no such thing
Right.
as looking like a woman. So what are you trying to make yourself look like? Furthermore, if there's actually no such thing as a woman, what the fuck do you feel like then? How do you know that you're not one if it's not a thing to begin with?
Right. And if your genitalia doesn't define your sex, then why are you cutting it off?
Exactly. All of the shit is dumb. None of the shit makes any sense, but it's just people who want to support a bunch of degenerate men who want to sit there and hang out in women's bathrooms. I'm sure some of them truly do feel like they're women. Whoop-de-fucking do, though. That doesn't make any fucking bit of difference. I could feel like I'm a dinosaur. It doesn't make me a dinosaur.
Yes. I feel like I'm just talking into a mirror because I concur. You want to do your shit and it makes you happy, cool. But as soon as your shit starts imposing on societal norms, and then as soon as I just said right now societal norms, everyone's going to come in, well, what is societal norms? Why do we have to adhere? You know, back in the day, men used to beat women. Do you beat women? Right?
Yeah, these are the stupidest fucking arguments ever in the world. Like, you're free to not participate in the rules of society. You're free, or the norms of society. You're free to not do that, but that doesn't mean that you need to dismantle them for that to be the case. Once upon a time, back in the day, people used to be happy to be counterculture and shit. That used to be like, you know, the fucking punk rockers and all of this shit. We're against the establishment. They were proud of that. Nowadays, they want the establishment to come and adapt to them. Like they want the fucking people to dress like rappers in the corporate world and all of this shit, and they want men to run around and dress it. If you want to wear a dress, do that on your own fucking time. But you're not going to sit here and be my lawyer in a dress, sir.
Yes. Yep, I agree. And as you stated, you are free to do what you want and you are free to go against societal norms, but there are repercussions to
life.
going. That's right.
Like, if I was to go and tattoo the entirety of my face and then try to become a lawyer, everyone would say, well, obviously you're not going to be a lawyer, dumbass. Look what you did to your face. And they would be perfectly justified in saying so. Because, yeah, I decided to rule that out for myself when I decided to tattoo the entirety of my face. Just like you could be a dude, put on a dress, and get breast implants, but you're also ruling yourself out from things. It's your own fucking personal choices.
There are repercussions, dude.
That's life. People confuse freedom of choice with freedom from consequences.
100%. Yes. And to that point, you remember when Charlie Kirk was assassinated and you'd all these evil motherfuckers celebrating it. Okay. And they were all about, well, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Cool, bro. There is freedom of speech, but there is motherfucking repercussions to your freedom of speech.
So I actually have two different thoughts on this.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. You can say whatever it is that you want, but stuff happens. Such is life. You got fired because you said some shit on the internet. Such is fucking life. That's your own fault.
And you had all these fucking bitches crying about, I just came home and I fucking lost my job and now I can't pay rent.
You lost your job for yourself because you're a fucking idiot.
You fucking dumb.
Now,
yes.
What I will say though is that's your own fault. You said that shit.
Yep.
What I think is interesting though, and this is why I say people don't actually truly know what it is that they believe. Because a few years ago, when people were getting fired for saying facts like there's only two genders and shit, all of the conservatives were anti-cancel culture. And then all of a sudden, now that they're talking about something that they are sensitive about, they're all for cancel culture. And the thing is, you have to be, if you're against it, you have to be against it, period. Otherwise, you're just for your own shit and against their shit. That means absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah,
like
that's hypocritical.
If you were mad about Dave Chappelle getting kicked off of, or people want to cancel Dave Chappelle, you should have been mad about Jimmy Kimmel as well. It doesn't matter who you agree with. It doesn't matter who it is that you don't agree with.
Yeah. I look at it like this, and as we stated earlier in the podcast, I am not left, I am not right, I am truth, right? I am for, I have my own particular moral guidelines that I follow. So you want to say whatever it is you want to say, That's cool, right? But there are repercussions to what you have to say. You want to mouth off to me, there's a high likelihood that I'm going to punch you in the fucking face. There's going to be repercussions to that fucking action.
Yep.
You want to celebrate something, you know, whatever happened to Charlie Kirk. You want to go on, like, who the fuck goes online and celebrate? Like, what kind of deviant are you to do that?
Evil people.
Evil motherfuckers. But okay, cool. I do believe in freedom of speech. I do believe that you should be allowed to do that. But I also believe that your fucking employer could think you're a fucking evil bitch and I'm firing your ass.
Yes. 1,000%.
There are consequences,
That's
people.
yeah, and that's life. And again, people want freedom from consequences,
Yes.
which is not a thing.
Fuck
Or
them.
they want to do dumb shit and then call it racism or bigotry, whatever something. It's not. That's not what this is. You're just an idiot.
Okay. Last question.
Yep.
Because you are going on a very specific path now. What do you want your legacy to be?
That is a good question. I don't feel like that could, as a whole, I don't feel like that's something that I can decide no matter what it is that I do. I can run around saying all of the things that I think, and I can't control how it is that other people look at me. So
Fair?
I would like, again, like I said at the beginning, to have made some sort of impact on the world, but I don't think that I can get to define that regardless of what it is that I do.
Well, and again, that's exactly what I feel my legacy should be. But where you're saying you don't know how, I don't know why you need to measure the extent of it. I think, listen, you speak to 100,000 million people, there's going to be a certain percentage of that people that are going to gravitate to your message. Okay. That's enough,
Yeah, 1,000%.
right? That is enough that one person, what if you
Absolutely.
just changed one person's
No,
opinion?
I say all of this. If it's one person who got sober or got in shape because of something that I said, one person who said, nah, I'm not following this dumb shit anymore because of what it is that I said, then that's amazing and that's great. And I'm
That's
perfectly
it.
happy
And
with that.
again, 100%, that's how I feel. That's what I want my legacy to be, where I feel that if I could inspire one person to just think that they could do more than they've accepted in their life, I'm disco with
realize
that,
that your life is your own.
Yes. Yep. And I clearly you're successful in what you're doing. I mean, you have a massive social media presence, and now you're going to start getting into public speaking. So it's obvious that people want to hear what you have to say. Much respect, brother.
Much appreciated, my friend.
Gentlemen, we are out. Thank you so much, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Appreciate it.
having me.
We're out.